Hi, Ma'am Kansani. My name is Monique Minnaar, student number 3852940. I'm a distance student at the Potchefstroom campus, and today I will reflect on my teaching philosophy. My teaching philosophy is based on a combination of three educational theories, namely translanguaging, behaviorism, and communicative language teaching. I know I was only supposed to choose one educational theory, but I soon realized that my teaching philosophy uses a combination of these three educational theories. Translanguaging is a teaching theory that I use in my daily teaching as a full teacher. I usually say the words and phrases in the full language, and then I will repeat it in their home language. This helps the learners to learn words and phrases quicker when they can directly link the full words with their home language. Then we have behaviorism, which forms part of my teaching philosophy since I applaud learners and give out verbal appreciation to the learners that use the full language to produce words and sentences to communicate with me. My learners praise and compliment each other when they use the full language correctly. This has encouraged my learners to participate and use the full language more often. Rewarding learners' good efforts makes them feel more confident to use the full language. Then we have communicative language teaching. This theory is used since I always try to involve my learners in my teaching and learning process. I will ask the learners for their opinions and encourage them to answer questions in the full language. I will encourage my learners to write their answers on the board whenever we are marking the previous day's work. I will also ask my learners to provide any information that they have on the full language work that we are discussing so that I can also evaluate what they might know. Then we also, all three of these educational theories form the basis on which my teaching philosophy is built. The three major teaching and learning approaches that I use within my teaching philosophy is namely 1. Scaffolding, 2. Task-based language learning, and 3. Interactive learning. I use scaffolding at the beginning of the year when the full language is still new to the learners and they still need a lot of support. I will gradually decrease the support throughout the year when my learners become more familiar and more proficient in the full language. For example, at the beginning of the year, when I teach a new word, I will put the new full word on the board with the translation into their home language with a picture. But throughout the year, as they become more proficient in the language, I will start to remove the picture first and then also the translating word or phrase from their home language until only the full language word or phrase is left. Then we have task-based language teaching, which is a fun way to encourage learners to produce the full language. For example, the task that I will use is directions. I will ask the learners to give me directions from the school to their house. So this will encourage the students to produce the full language more because they will have to do research on the street names and they will have to incorporate the words that they already know of the full language with new words to help give directions accordingly. This is a great teaching approach which uses real-life scenarios to teach the full language to learners in a fun and interactive way. Another teaching and learning approach that I would use will be interactive learning. I will incorporate this approach through reading a story to the learners. For example, I will read a story in the full language. The learners will make notes and then I will ask them to group up together. They will then discuss their notes with each other and also work together to answer the questions that are based off of the full language story. Now this will encourage communication skills between the learners and will help them to produce the full language. Then these three teaching approaches that I've just named will make the learners feel more confident to produce the full language when speaking in the class. Moving on to my teaching and learning strategies that I incorporate into my classroom, which forms part of my teaching philosophy, will be the think, pair, share, and positive reinforcement that I will discuss. The think, pair, share will encourage my learners to communicate their thoughts and ideas with each other in the full language, which will improve learners' engagement as well as improve their communication skills. I think a pair-share strategy forms well with the communicative language teaching theory, which encourage learners to think and speak in the full language. Then we have positive reinforcement, which will form part of my behaviorism theory. The positive reinforcement strategy will reward learners who actively participate in producing the full language, which will make learners gain confidence to produce the full language. Learners will be more inclined to learn a full language when they feel confident and are excited to learn a full language. Thank you so much.